Hey guys, welcome back to M3 Vlogs. I decided I was going to vlog what I'm doing at the moment. I have been really busy trying to deal with kids and everything. Virtual school is not much fun. Virtual school is a pain in my butt, and it's Sunday and it's Valentine's Day, and my husband just left to go on a run. He's a truck driver, so he's hardly ever here. He was trying to get out before the snowstorm came through. And what they said is we've got anywhere from 6 to 12 inches coming, so I'm not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to not leaving my house for a few days and not having to run all over creation, because that part is awesome. But right now I am getting ready to do my resin. You can hear my kids outside. They're sledding down my hill outside. The back of my driveway is basically a big hill that goes down and it curves a little bit. So, and it's covered in ice, so my kids they're sledding back there. So, if you hear screaming and yelling, it's because they're either trying to kill each other or they're sledding down the hill. I'll figure out which one when they come in and start whining and, fussing. They'll let me know. They're kids, though, so, I let them be kids as much as possible. I know, a lot of parents right now are struggling with the virtual school thing. It's not fun when your kids are at home all the time. And, it's great to get the quality time, but at the same time, sometimes you just need some time for yourself. I mean, and I take the smallest moments I can get to myself. So right now, while they're outside playing, before the weather gets really bad, I'm taking this time to do what I love, and that is vlog and show you guys my resin that I'm doing. So basically what I do with my resin is I create things that I haven't seen created. You hear them outside screaming. They're going down the hill. It's pretty wicked back there, but they love it, so. And I think that's my 9-year-old. He has the biggest mouth out of all of them, so I always know which one it is. I do this. This is how I relax, how I stay calm, how I get to do what I love. And I make things that I haven't seen anybody else make. That's my goal. That's what I do. You can check out some of the stuff that I make on my Etsy page at D's Resin Design. I make a ton of stuff, from jewelry to these beautiful little creations right here. This is one of the crowns I made. It's a jewelry box. As you can see, it's black. It's got blue gems on it. That's got blue and the crystal gems. I make everything. So that's one of them that I made. This is another one that I made. This is a gold one. It's going to be part of a, what I'm trying to make is I guess you could call it doesn't really have a name yet, but I made a big giant wedding ring for it. This is cool. Let me tell you, that took some time. But I made that. It's going to go with it. I'm getting ready to do a part of the base. The base is going to be this tray. I'm going to use this tray. And I'm going to set this I've got another tray that I'm using. It's in the shape of a heart. And I'm going to make it glow. I'm also going to light it up. So that way when the lights will be charging the glowy pigment. When the lights go out, the pigment will glow. The tray will actually glow on its own. I do make a bunch of glow items. Yes.
My hands are cold.
Yeah, I believe that. It's cold outside. It's called wintertime, babe. It's called wintertime. I told you. But I'm getting ready to pour this little bit of resin. I'm not going to do a whole lot today because, like I said, it's Sunday. It's Valentine's Day. I'm tired. I hear them. Here they come. How'd I know? A mother always knows, believe it or not. I always know when my kids are ready to kill each other. They just get in their spats, you know, all kids do. We did when we were little. I mean, I remember a time where I fought with my sister so violently that it was amazing any of us survived. So, let me get my gloves here so that way I can pour this. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to try to hold this up because I just got this wire in here. This is the tray that I'm going to light up. It's got my lights in it. Now, you can buy these little lights. They're little battery-powered fairy lights. You can buy these on Amazon. I think it's like $8 or $9 and you get 12 of them. And that's what I use to make mine light up. And I always keep the battery protector in there because it keeps the batteries from running down. Now, the only thing that's really hard about this is shaping this wire and getting it to stay. That is a trick in itself. So, if you're going to try to shape it to what you want it to be, make sure you twist the wires together. Because if not, it's going to be everywhere. It's like a big spring. It just springs all over the place. So, I've got to get my gloves because I do not work with resin without gloves because I have jewelry on and I don't like taking my jewelry off. And it's just a lot easier to clean up with gloves because I can just take them off and throw them away and it's not a big deal. So, and I'm actually going to add my glow pigment to this one today. And I wanted to give you guys an insight into what I do because this is something that I enjoy doing. It's more than just a hobby to me. I want to create something that, you know, create things that nobody else creates. That's my goal. That's my ultimate goal. And I've created baby trays. And I actually had a couple people buy those. I created a Jesus tray for my grandmother because she's Catholic and she loved it. Let's see, what is it? The baby tray I can actually do for twins. I can do for a singleton. I can do for, you know, basically what I did was I added little treasure boxes. I created a base that lit up that had little baby items in it. And I added little boxes, little keepsake boxes. I added a baby bracelet that said baby on it. And it turned out really, really cute. And you can see that on my Etsy page, E-T-S-Y, my Etsy page. So that way you can see what it looks like. And if you want to order one, I create those. I can do custom. So that way, that one was more gender neutral. It was for a boy and a girl. I try to do baby colors, but I can do the gender. I can do boy, girl, you know, girl, whatever. Yes, can I help you?
Chief knocked Charisma out on the concrete. Like, lean into him.
That's my 95-pound dog. I told y'all if he starts getting too jumpy, put him in this crate.
And he just made her fall on her head. Her body.
He's too big.
No. His butt.
He's too big. He needs to be put in his crate. I told him not to let the dog out, and my dog is 95 pounds of solid dumb. So when he hits people, it really, really hurts. He has left massive bruises on my legs because he's just so big and clumsy. And when the kids are outside, he has this habit of jumping on them and beating into them. And he keeps jumping on my daughter, and she's a pretty hefty girl, but you know, when you've got a 95-pound dog beating on you and jumping on your head, you know, you kind of gotta make him stop. So usually we crate him if, you know, he's being too hyper because it settles him down. So, or if we leave, he gets crated because he's destructive. So, you know, when I say crate him, I mean, you know, give him time, let him calm his butt down, because if not, he's going to hurt somebody. I mean, he's a big dog. He's a Mastiff Kangal mix, and the Mastiff part of him, he's lazy, but the Kangal Shepherd part of him makes him very hyper. So when he gets hyper like that, it's like a wrecking ball. He just doesn't stop. So I do have them put him up in his crate if it gets too out of hand. Now this is the resin that I use. This is a kit that you can get from Amazon for $62. It comes with the resin A, the actual resin. It comes with the hardener. It's 1-to-1 ratio on those. It also comes with one of these little spatulas, which make it really, really easy to stir your resin. I also like to use these little popsicle sticks for when I'm like mixing stuff into the resin because it just makes it easier. So let me get this set up here. Move that tray. I don't need that tray right now. And this actually comes with, these are the little silicone measuring cups. These are easy to clean, easy to use, and they come with the measuring on the side so that way you can see how much resin you're using. You always want to make sure you have the right ratio. Otherwise, your resin is going to be gummy. And I don't need a whole lot for this heart. So I'm just going to put this to the 80, and I'll probably still have some resin left over, which is fine. I'll put it in something else if I have any left over. So do that. And then as long as you clean it up while it's still wet, it's not that hard to take care of. If you wait till it's dry, you're not getting it off. The only thing that'll work with that is the silicone stuff. If it's dry, if it dries on the silicone, then it's not a big deal. So this is the resin. This is part A. I put to the 80 milliliters on here. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to pour it in here. And I use a plastic cup because when I'm done with this one, I can just throw it away. I don't have to worry about, you know. And I can mix a good sized portion in these cups. So I make sure to scrape out as much as possible because if not, it's going to mess up the measuring for the hardener. So you always make sure you get as much out of this little cup as you can, because it makes it more of an equal measurement. So then you go back, and here's the second part. This is the hardener. And this stuff that I get from Amazon, it doesn't have a smell. Some of it does have a smell. Some of it, like you get from the craft store, it smells really strong. And as it dries, it smells even worse. Like I said, you want to make sure you have the correct ratio, because if not, you end up with resin that is either too gummy or you end up with resin that has not set. And it's, let me tell you, to get resin out of some of these molds when it has not set up is the biggest pain in the butt ever. I actually ended up throwing away a couple of my molds because it got to be, I couldn't clean them. They were so bad I couldn't clean them. And I was using a different resin at the time. And some of them set up really well. And then you have those that they're just not great to work with, I guess you could say. And I ended up with a mess. And ended up having to throw stuff out and scrape stuff out. And when the resin doesn't set up right, I'm going to tell you, it's like honey. It's like trying to get honey out of something, or glue. It is impossible. That is no reference to the Gorilla Glue girl. I know everybody's seen that video. I'm sorry, but if you stupid enough to put that stuff in your hair, you deserve what you get. Even I know better. I've been using Gorilla Glue for years. I don't use it on my hair. I mean, come on. That's just... Sometimes I wonder about people. And normally my wondering ends up to be correct. Okay, and then you want to spend some time. You're going to spend a good 3 to 5 minutes mixing it really well. You want to make sure it's mixed really, really well. Now I'm sharing my secrets with you guys. So make sure you leave a like. And make sure you subscribe, because I like to include you guys more in what I make. And if I get time to do that, then I will be more than happy to. It's just sometimes I do get busy. I do end up, you know, I do have 5 kids. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. My husband's a truck driver. I'm hardly ever able to have time. So, but you can always, you know, keep up with what I do. My Etsy page usually has all the new items that I do. I also have a Facebook page, so you can feel free to, you know, look at that. It's Destiny Spencer. I also have my Instagram, which is d.spencer35, and I do put a lot of my items on there as well, just to show them. So I'm going to finish mixing this up. And if you're worried about bubbles, Some of the resin will automatically get bubbles because there's air in it. Okay, no big deal. It doesn't have, you don't have to let it ruin your work, okay? This resin right here actually is the better one. It doesn't bubble up as bad. I mean, I'm even doing this. I mean, it's bubbling a little bit. But even as I'm mixing it, and I'm doing this on purpose. Even as I'm mixing it, like, it's just got a few little air bubbles. But once I pour it, and I actually start working with it, usually the bubbles come to the surface. You just blow on them or pop them or whatever you want to do, and it's not that bad. Especially if you want total clarity. You know. And sometimes if I have items that have bubbles on them, that's where those gems come into play. I just hide them with the gems. It doesn't mess with the resin, though. It doesn't mess with it. It still looks good. It still looks good. It still does what it's supposed to do, so that's what matters. I'm sorry, this video is going to be a little long because I'm getting ready to mix the stuff into this. I'm going to use, to do my mixing, I use these little plastic cups. Because, again, I can throw them away. I don't have to worry about cleaning them. I don't have to worry about soap and water and alcohol or acetone. I can just pour it and be done. And when you're mixing your resin, what you want to do is at first, it'll be cloudy. You'll be able to tell that it's cloudy. When you start mixing the resin and the hardener together, it's cloudy. You want to wait until it's almost clear. And then you will know that it's mixed well. You want to be able to see through it. Like, if you could see through it, like I can see light through it, even though it's got bubbles, I can still see through it. Like, you can see the spatula now. You want to make sure that it's mixed really, really well. If it's still cloudy, it's not mixed well enough. And I tell you, this stuff gives your arm a workout, too. Your arm, your hands. And then I scrape off the excess. And these little spatulas are awesome because they clean so easy. I mean, and this comes with that kit. You get 2 buckets for, like, if you want to do, like, big resin, like some people do those tables and things like that, then those buckets really come in handy. But see, I don't do all that big stuff, so I just use little items. I don't do all the big stuff yet. I might get to that one day. But for right now, I'm just doing little items. So all I'm doing is taking a dry paper towel, and I'm just wiping the excess resin off of this spatula. And as long as you wipe it while it's dry, or while it's still wet, it's not a problem. So, there you go. See? No more resin. I put that back in my little container there. Alright, now I'm going to take some of this resin, and I'm going to pour it in this cup. I'm going to fill up this cup. I don't make large batches of things unless I know I'm going to use the whole batch, because then you end up stuck with one color resin or whatever that you really just don't want to use, and you don't know what to use, do with it. I'm going to take, because I'm mixing this in a heart, the color that I'm choosing for the glow pigment is blue-green. Now you can buy this stuff off Amazon too. And no, this video is not sponsored. This is just something that I love to do. You can buy the glow pigment off of Amazon and add a healthy dose to your resin. Now, because I just added this much to this resin, I won't add any more to the rest. You got to make sure you get this mixed in really, really well. And I'm going to add some glitter that'll match the glow. And then a little bit of some heart glitter. It'll match everything. This is like a blue-green glow pigment. And it's really, really pretty. So now I'm going to mix it all up. Now the rest of the resin that I put into the heart will be just the clear resin. So I'm going to mix all this up. So you do a lot of mixing with the resin. That's one thing you do a lot of. And even if you put the glow pigment in there, your resin's going to be a little cloudy. But it'll still be mostly clear. And that way your lights will come through it. It'll be, if you're using lights, you don't want to do something that's a dark color and completely like I couldn't add lights to this. It wouldn't show through very well. So if you're doing if you're adding like the fairy lights, then you want to make sure that you add them to something that has more clarity. That way you can see it easier. And so this is the color that I went with. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of like not like a minty blue color, it looks like. A little bit of green to it. Okay, so I'm going to pour this into this mold. And when you're working with these lights, okay, don't freak out. These lights are waterproof. That is the good thing about them. They are waterproof. You don't have to worry about them. And the way this resin sets up, it will set up and it will hold the lights. So once I have this in here, these lights won't come out. So don't worry about that. And I'm going to pour these directly into this heart. And yes, there are lights in this heart. You saw the lights. There's fairy lights in this heart. So I'm going to pour this in this. Pour this in here. And I don't want a very thick heart because I have to add it to that square. Or that rectangle. So. But this is going to be so pretty when it's done. Now there's still a little bit of stuff left in this cup. And that is perfectly fine. Because now I just take a little bit more resin. And I add it to the cup. And one thing you got to remember with resin. I know a lot of people probably forget this. The resin heats up. If you let it sit too long without using it, it will heat up. Once it heats up, it turns to goo. Like literal slimy, stringy glue. And it's very, very hard to work with. Especially if you're trying to put it in little items like bezels or... So you're trying to put it in like certain small molds. It is a pain to work with. Because it heats up because that's what creates the... That's what causes, you know, it's a chemical reaction making the resin get hard. So when it heats up, you'll be able to feel it. You'll be able to feel it through the cup. You'll be able to feel it through whatever you're working with. And you'll know that it's time to finish up, get done with what you're doing, so that way you can, you know, toss it out or whatever you're gonna do. Me, I don't particularly like wasting resin because it's very, very expensive. So I try to use every bit I can out of the cup. Because it gets pricey. And me doing this, I mean, it's very expensive. I've gone through so many gallons of this stuff. Now I'm taking my wooden stick here and I'm going around and I'm just making sure the wire is covered. And if it's not completely, if you plan on using it for something else, don't worry about it. Like, I'm using this for something else, so I'm not really worried if that wire is showing because it's going to be hidden. And even if it's not, I mean, everything has wires. Even lamps have wires, so... That was the end of that one, so I throw that away. And this I have to let set. If you're doing a tray or you're doing something that's flat, always let it set a little extra time. Because if you pull it out and it's still a little too wet, it's going to be too flexible and it's going to end up getting stuck like that. So instead of doing that, let it set. Let it set for at least 24 hours completely. And then you can take it out of the mold if you're going to, you know... If you have plans with it. Like, I won't touch this until probably Tuesday. And that's just because I don't want to mess up the heart because it's going inside something else. So, I am going to move this. And there's the finished product. I'll take pictures of the finished product and it'll probably be on Etsy. So, set it on a flat. You always want to make sure it's on a completely flat surface. Don't set it on anything that has even remotely like a dip because the resin will fall over. Now, see, I have some extra resin left over. So, what I'm going to do, I need to find a really cool thing here. Let's see. What you want me to do, bub? What you want me to do? Make a light up B?
Yeah.
You make a light up B? Okay, give me the letters.
What kind?
Give me the letter tray over there. They're over there. In the pink bucket. I'm gonna make some light up letters. My kids love when I make light up letters. They like me to light up their names. Well, glow in the dark.
I was trying to hop on the juice of the bottom of his plate of the finding, and he.
Are you trying to fly again?
No, I fell on the ice and I fell on the ice with my knees and I didn't go on the slide.
Oh, okay. Well, you all need to be careful. Y'all are gonna break a bone, and I'm not going to the ER. What color do you want? One of these. What color do you want? There's blue, blue-green, yellow, pink, orange, red, orange, pink, green, olivine, which is also green, sky blue, bright red, and gold.
I think probably these two.
Blue and pink, you want me to make some?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we come up with. Maybe we'll come out with purple. That'll glow in the dark. And this stuff gets really bright. But it's cool because my kids love it. Well, we did. We came out with a glowing purple.
Can I see?
Look at this.
Whoa. Did you put pink and blue?
Yep. See if it'll light up when it's done.
Yeah.
Let's do your B. For your name.
Yep. R-A and T-L-E-Y. B-R-A-N-T-L-E-Y.
I know how to spell your name. I'm the one that gave it to you.
I know. Whoa.
Okay, we did your B. Now let's do your middle initial.
You don't gotta put these in there. Just put them in here.
It's gonna be neat to see this one glow. If the purple glows.
The black one? That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me a couple more of these white cups?
What is this? Like this? You put it on like this?
He's wearing the ring. He's like, I need a girlfriend to propose to me, huh?
This kind of ring.
Don't get no ideas. Will you give me some more of these white cups? They're over there. Okay, so we did the purple B and then his middle initial. And now they're over there on my shelf. Underneath there where the big cups are. I need the little cup.
Where they are?
They should be over here.
Oh.
Yep, you found them. Okay, let's see here. What color can we do next? We will do... I'm going to do an orange. I don't think I've done orange yet.
How many?
I don't know. 2 or 3. Handful. I don't know.
Handful?
I don't know.
I just did 3.
Now, again, this video probably won't have any editing, so... And that's just because... I'd rather y'all see the real stuff, so...
I just got 3. So.
Okay. That works for me. Get some more resin in here.
You have a lot of resin.
I have a lot left over.
Slam.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Is he laughing? He sounds like one of those characters off of those cartoons.
This is the thing I was wearing.
He's wearing the ring to the other thing I'm doing.
Sparkly.
Sparkly. Are you sparkly? Say Kim K has nothing on us, does she? Ain't that right? Okay, so here's the orange. It looks kind of like Kool-Aid.
Yeah. The orange Kool-Aid.
But we're just gonna put it in here wherever. Put it in whatever letters I'm feeling right now. So we did a V. Have a light up V. And then we're going to do tea.
And next, can you do...
And then we're going to take the rest of this
Can you do this
orange.
color? And
We're going to put it in another litter. And then we'll mix with another litter. Another color.
Can you do these two next?
What color is it?
White and green.
White and green.
Yeah, these two.
You sure it's white?
I think.
That one is sky blue.
Oh. It looks
I'm going to
white.
put this in here.
Looks white.
Finish out the rest of this resin.
The sky is blue and this is white.
No, that's sky blue and the other one's green. What if I mix those to make like a teal turquoise color?
Yeah, I'll pull them in the cup or something.
I'll pour them in. That's a lot of color, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want that color everywhere. Okay, so we're scraping out the rest of this resin. And we're going to put it in here.
And the orange one?
And that cup can go in the trash. No, it's just a little bit of leftover. It'll be okay. I don't want to use another cup if I don't have to. There's not much resin left. Not today. Not today. That one's not open yet. Let me open this one. So if you want to see more of my resin, be sure to subscribe. What else should they do? Turn on what?
The notifications.
A notification, so that way they're notified every time that I upload a new resin video or a Ipsy video, or I upload all kinds of stuff. Maybe I'll upload some of the weather coming. You all can see all the snow that we get. Maybe you all can see me throwing my kids out in it.
And we have a hill that's super icy, and we go sledding on it.
You go sledding on it, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you jump on an icy trampoline.
Yeah.
All right, put the lid back on that.
Okay.
Oh, look at this green. This looks like...
Can I see? Ooh.
Looks like slime.
It looks kind of like this. It's. It looks like this. It's green. What's those things that you put in the light and they charge?
Those were the other light initials. They're over there in the basket where I keep everything. This one looks kind of like a melon color. Let's do a O.
And this one?
Do a O.
This one?
Yeah, the green basket.
Oh,
Or the gray basket.
The gray?
The gray. That is the gray. They were right there on top. I just stuck them in there.
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
I don't see them.
I don't know what I did with them.
I'm looking, but I don't see them.
Alright, let's do a green K.
I don't see this light up. I don't see them.
Alright, and then a green Y.
Whoa. You put white lights in this too? Look at this thing.
Oh, don't get that in the resin, baby. Thank you. Please don't get that in there. It's gonna make a mess. I'm gonna take a little bit of green
The
and put it in some of these other ones.
unicorn.
Mix it in some of these other ones. Put some green spots so it kind of looks like
I
a
don't see them anywhere.
leopard. They're in there somewhere.
This is a big basket full of rolls and stuff.
Alright, well, we will let you all go now. And like I said, keep an eye out. You never know what I might post next. I'm always doing something.
And keep an eye out for the snow.
Yeah, we might upload some snow videos, right? Let them see what it looks like over here with 6 to 12 inches of snow. And just so y'all know, Kentucky hasn't seen snow like that in a long time. So this is going to be the first time for in a while.
Yeah.
So we're going to make the most of it. I plan on hibernating all week. I'm not going anywhere because I just don't like driving in it. I can. Like, I've driven in the snow before. I just don't like doing it because people are crazy. So I hope everybody has... See, glove just went in the trash. I hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day, and we will see you guys later. Bye.